This is Just a Few Questions. Just a Few Questions. I'm your host, Marc Sims from Chicago. And I have Syron Smith on the line. And Syron, you are an organizer. Hey, tell people about your organization real quick. Just make it brief. Your organization.
National Block Club University. Our mission is combating violence across 167 of America's most dangerous neighborhoods.
I say that because Syron Smith, Mayor Lori Lightfoot, is about to spend $7.5 million to expand street outreach. I'm reading this from the Chicago Sun-Times. She can spend $7.5 million to give these organizations, and one of them in my neighborhood. These organizations in Chicago. See, a lot of the people from outside Chicago, a lot of the crime is in the black neighborhood. I don't know much about the Latino neighborhoods, but I do know something about some of the black neighborhoods. These neighborhoods are Auburn, Gresham, Austin, Chicago, Long East, Garfield Park, Inglewood, Greater Grand Crossing, Humboldt Park, New City, North Lawndale, Roseland, South Lawndale, South Shore, West Inglewood, West Garfield Park, and West Pullman. Now, a lot of those neighborhoods, black folks live. So let's start out real quick. Syron Smith, why do some lower income black folks commit crimes?
The bigger question is we are operating in an environment where people have been isolated, starved, and exploited. So it's a lot of anger in these neighborhoods. Isolated, starved, and exploited. So you got a lot of people who are very upset at any moment it can pop off.
Okay, so what's going to stop it from popping off? There's $7.5 million into these organizations, going to do some outreach. People will connect to the neighborhood, can talk to the people, and because I don't have that connection. I can't do it. I used to, maybe, but not in my old behind. No.
The solution, believe it or not, the solution is travel and awards. People look at that. What you mean travel and awards? You're dealing with hurt people. Hurt people hurt other people. Some people have been hurt their whole lives, haven't been recognized for anything good, so they don't have a good view of themselves. So we got to find ways to award them, whatever it is. They picked up trash. Oh, man, you the best trash pickup person in the world. Here you go. And travel. Travel helps you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and psychologically. People got to get out the oven. They got to get away from their family and friends so that they can be their authentic self. And while they're away, then we got to make sure that they get connected with people who can help them build themselves up. That's it. All that money, outreach, it means nothing. You're going to pay people who could be doing their prime in their prime years, but now they're getting paid to go and do something we used to do for free, which is love our neighbors and care about them.
No, I write letters to Lori Lightfoot all the time, and basically my letter says, please stop the crime. And I'm hopeful these efforts will do something. I think some people will be helped with that $7.5 million, but I agree with what you're saying. People have to get away from these toxic environments. But the problem is sometimes people leave one toxic neighborhood, one toxic home, one toxic environment, and go into another. They go to another city or another somewhere else, and the problem is still there.
But you got to remember what I said. The key is linkage, though. So HSN is the solution. HSN ties into what I said earlier. That's habits, schedule, and network. If I put you in the right network, it can change your whole life, Mark. The right network can change your whole life. Because guess what? You're going to do what that network is doing. You know, if you feel a part, connected, loved, supported, you're going to do what they do. If I put you in a network of pilots, you're probably going to start flying. If I put you in a network of teachers, you're probably going to start. So my point is, the solution is HSN, habits, schedule, and network. It's that simple.
Well, I agree totally, Syron Smith. But folks live in houses, man, and in communities and neighbors and friends, whatever, and it's just drama after drama. I mean, they almost have to be taken. I remember Arnie Duncan. I like saying what Arnie Duncan said. I'm not saying anything good about Arnie Duncan. He has his critics, but he said, "I wish I can take some of these students when he was running the public schools here in Chicago and keep them here at the school." And I've seen programs in I forgot New Jersey. There's one in Peoria too. Now they modeling off of someplace in New Jersey where they try to keep the students in school, away from that home, away from that drama, because you almost have to take some of these kids away from their friends, away from their family, and show them something other than that toxic environment.
If government is doing it, that's a problem. Period. It must be done by independent black people who care about their own. The Latinos, the Asians, the Koreans, you name it. If people don't love their own, how the heck you go expect and be dependent on government? So I don't care what they're doing in Boston or any other place. If it ain't black people doing it for themselves, then it's not going to be sustainable. It'll be cut as soon as there's certain administration come in. And when you cut it, them black people go say, see, I ain't participating in nothing ever, because the minute y'all get my hopes up high, you pull the rug out, I'm done with all of y'all.
You really believe that, huh? No, you're out on the streets all the time. You see what's going on. You know what's going on. But it's hard to change a habit without almost changing your identity. Some people's identity is the hood. How you get them to change that?
You're going back to the individual, Mark. I'm saying it's bigger than that. When we talk about the shooting and killing, you're talking about the lowest level individuals in the community, people who can't even get a job, right? And that's not in a disparaging mark. I just mean they are the least powerful people in the community. That's why some of them overtly express their power, because spiritually or self-consciously they know their shortcomings. So I don't want to focus on them. They're a symptom of the bigger problem, which is the exploitation of black people. Like when you think about it, Lincoln Park not letting all the sex offenders up there. They say, guess what they say, whether they overtly say it or not? Put them people down there. you get like ex-offenders when they put them people where? Down there. So any city, they have a dumping ground of the less desirables in their estimation. And that area, unfortunately, is in our community. And because they keep us destabilized, we're constantly fighting, running around trying to fix this, fix that, when the real issue is the isolation, starvation, and exploitation of the outsiders. The real problem inside is our hurt, abuse, and bitterness. So we got 6 issues, Mark, to fight simultaneously. We got to fight the external enemy, the Arabs, the Koreans, the Hispanic, everyone making money off black people. As long as they stay disorganized, that we can keep cutting all their grass, getting money, doing their construction. We can keep coming in, doing their nails, selling their gas. These people benefit from black destabilization. They don't want to see black unity. That means my Arab gas station got to close. My Korean nail salon got to close. And the government can't say to the Koreans, stop selling to black people. No, they got to be equal opportunity. So anytime you go to an alderman to help you, they can't. They part of government. They got to be for all the people, not for black people. This ain't rocket science.
So you've been doing this 20 years, and a lot of folks have been doing it for 10, 20 years. And we have a lot of charity, but very little change. Why is that?
I put you this way, because what we're dealing with is a global phenomenon. That's number one. But even nationally, Miami just had 4 people shot. 2 shootings on 12 hours apart on the same block just yesterday. They're saying we got to come together. We got to stop the violence. We got to. The real issue, Mark, it goes back to each individual having a habit, schedule, and network so that they can be all that they can be. And it's that simple. It's that simple. But are the teachers organized so that when people want to be teachers, they can have a network where they can travel and go places? Are the doctors organized so when someone comes and want to be a doctor, they can travel and go places? Are the engineers organized? So my point is, we're not set up and structured so that individuals can come divided away from their cliques and their structures, come into these setups so that they can be connected with people that's going to let them get away from their family and friends, see the America, see different places, meet new people, and change their perspective, because that's what's going to change this shooting and killing, when these individuals have a different thinking process and different things that they can see.
All right, Syron Smith, let me stop this video podcast. I'm going to do a part 2 in a second. So thanks for doing part 1. Stand by.
Okay.